Hey everybody, it's John here. Okay, I get asked the same question every so often, and it's what do you use in studio or in home, in your home office, to kind of make the videos that you do? What kind of equipment do you have? What's a good way to start doing these kinds of things? So I thought I would come on today and kind of just sort of walk you through some of the equipment that I use so that you can kind of do these own sort of your videos and blogs and vlogs, video blogs, and little tutorial videos at home using the technology that you've got, and maybe adding a couple of little pieces to your studio setup, because that's really what you're doing. You're turning your home office into a home studio. So I'm going to walk you through some of the stuff that I use. It all starts off with a microphone. So the microphone that I've got right here, this is a Blue Yeti. Blue is the brand. It's a USB microphone, and so it has a USB cable plugs directly into your computer, and it replaces the microphone that's kind of on board. So it's obviously a lot bigger. The sound, you can change the pickup pattern. So if you don't know what that means, it's kind of like where on the microphone your voice goes. So if I'm sitting here talking, I'm talking into the front of the microphone. You can hear me very clearly. If there's more than one person, you can have it sort of stereo so that the other person is talking into the other side of the microphone. That's all adjustable within this microphone, which is kind of what makes it cool. It's got a mute button and a little headphone monitor volume. I'll talk about headphones in just a second. I also have a little sock. It's called a wind sock or a pop filter. I've got one of those on here that just sort of like helps kind of take away some of the S's, the sibilants, and the pops of your P's. So it's just kind of overall going to help out the sound and make it a lot more consistent. People will stop listening to or stop watching a video if the sound is terrible. They might be able to fight through the video if it's not that great, but if the sound is bad, people are going to stop listening. That's a stat. Speaking of listening, these are the headphones that I've got. So right now, these are my Sony headphones. They're studio headphones. They're called the MDR 7506. That's the model. And they are kind of the industry standard when it comes to radio. They're just a very basic sort of headphone, but they're good quality. They're very flat. And they're really, really good sounding. They're very, when I say flat, I mean there's not a lot of treble, not a lot of bass. They're very kind of mid-rangey, which is good because that allows you to kind of get more of an accurate representation of what you're listening to, whether it's your own voice or whether it's music, or whatever. So these are great. These are great headphones. They're collapsible. They fold into a little case so you can put them in your bag. I take them with me, whenever I go out. Really, they're just awesome headphones, and very much the industry standard when it comes to like radio broadcasting, things like that. When it comes to video, the webcam is it's a 4K. I have a 4K webcam. I have an HD webcam, but you can get a 4K webcam. It's sort of the HD version of this Logitech. This sort of attaches to just sort of clips to the top of your computer, top of your monitor, or you can have it on its own little tripod, which is what I have. So behind my computer is a little tripod, and that's where the camera's sitting. It also has a little flap which covers the lens, so that if you're not using it, you don't have to worry about potentially somebody kind of hacking in and seeing what's going on in your webcam. So you can just kind of cover it right up. Whether the computer's on or off, just close the lid, close the lens cap, and you're good to go. But behind that, there's a ring light. So, you've probably seen these a lot. People doing, TikTok videos and Instagram reels and things like that. It's a light. It's in the form of a ring. It's made of LEDs. And the color temperature is a little bit adjustable. I don't know if I can demonstrate it for you. If you can tell, it got a little bit more amber. Now it's very, very blue. And this is kind of a mix of the two. So if you look at my face changing color, this is what my ring light is doing. So you kind of want to match it to your skin tone, I guess, or at least the ambient light in the room. You don't want to change it. You just want to enhance it. So the nice thing about this type of ring light, it has those different color settings. And there's a little phone clip. So if you wanted to have your phone, if you're recording into that, you can clip it right there. You can look right at it. Looks all kind of natural. I'm recording into very basic computer-based editing software, but you can do a little bit more with Adobe Premiere, a little bit more with Adobe Premiere Elements, and a lot more with Adobe Premiere. Now, Premiere Elements is kind of a sort of a stripped-down version, a little bit of Adobe. It's actually very easy to use, very user-friendly. So I do a lot of stuff with Adobe Premiere Elements, and I just like the way that it kind of makes editing very, very easy. You can add titles, music, different transitions, that kind of stuff. It's really actually pretty easy. Not a very expensive program either. If you're in a room like I am, which is basically all hard surfaces, you're going to want some sound absorbing panels or some materials. So these are foam panels. You can attach them to your wall, stick them to the wall. hang them wherever. You can make a nice pattern out of them so it looks good, or you can get them in different shapes and colors. These are just the very basic gray ones. They're foam, and they just make sure that your room is nice and isolated. They're not really going to soundproof it, but what they are going to do is they're going to take away some of that echo that you hear. Again, I have a small carpet behind me, but everything is very hard surface. So you want to make it as soft as possible, so that sound doesn't bounce around and echo. So those are the very basic kind of elements. The nice thing about, I'll go back to the mic for a second. The nice thing about a mic is that you can actually kind of you can get a boom stand for it. This is just on a little stand comes with it. You can get a boom stand for it, and that boom stand will take the microphone off of your desk so that you don't get like that little tapping sound. So that's you can hear that. It kind of echoes through the microphone because the mic is sitting on my desk. If you don't want that, you can kind of get a little boom stand and adjust it really close to you. So that's the nice thing about this, and this particular microphone will fit on one of those stands. I think that's kind of it. I mean, I think this is a sort of a very basic kind of setup. There's nothing too crazy about it, but it allows me to kind of do this kind of thing and talk to you, and and sort of post videos, and instead of always just looking at my pictures, you can see a video and you can hear me talk. And so that's very sort of a high level version. Hopefully I'll be back for another topic on Tech Talk Tuesday. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.